Welcome back to Truly Force-Free Animal Training. Today I want to talk a little bit about treats and feeding our dogs, our animals in general that we're training. Sometimes I'll have people tell me they don't want to use people food. They'll specifically say, I never give my dog scraps, I never give them people food. And I always question that. It usually comes up when I'm trying to talk to them about getting high-value treats. So by meaning high-value treats, I mean something that's really valuable to the dog that they really, really like. So whatever your favorite food is would be a high value to you. Humans usually look at value of money. So when you think about high-value treats, you want to think about the $1 million prize. So whatever is worth $1 million to you, like how money would be, whatever that equivalent is in food to your dog. In order to find these high-value treats, you typically need to use people food because most of our dog treats are processed. There are some treats and some dogs that, you know, they might really love. There's Charlie Bears, which just is a really dry biscuit, or Milk Bones. And some dogs really love those, but the majority of them like them. But if they're really put in a situation where they need a higher value treat, then they need something that's even tastier and usually smellier. And so that's where we sometimes want to resort to human food. But people were resistant and say, I don't want to give human food. And my big question about that is, why would you be so concerned about giving human food if it's healthy human food? It's not like we're giving chocolate, but I have a whole bunch of dog food samples here. So we have a salmon food, and we have a freeze-dried lamb food, and a beef food, and then there's this one's made out of fresh ingredients. This one, oh, with chicken and duck. So these are all things. If you look at the ingredients of all these dog foods, the first ingredient, the first ingredient is duck, then dried potatoes. This one is beef. This freeze-dried food has lamb, chickpeas, flax, carrots, celery, apples, all people food. So all of these, the point and what people are looking for when they get these processed dog foods is the companies are trying to sell you human food, but when you sell it, when they eat it as a meal, it's processed and has all the ingredients they need to be healthy. So there's nothing wrong with kibble, but really you take a lot of the flavor away when you take away the kibble. So when you process the kibble. So it's okay to give the processed kibble as meals. That way you know you're giving a balanced diet. All of that's fine. But why is there a problem then using people food when it comes to reinforcement? So I completely agree that feeding your dog from the table may cause problems like begging. So that's not necessarily what I'm talking about. I'm talking about using chicken or hot dog or cheese or cut up steak or cut up giving peanut butter, anything that your dog likes, especially something that makes them super excited and really motivated to do the work that you are trying to teach them to do. So especially if they're distracted, you're going to need something that's a higher value than the kibble. And how you can always tell this is if you give a handful of kibble, your dog may eat it, but not enthusiastically. But if you had a piece of chicken, they'd probably snatch it out of your hand pretty quickly. So try to resist if you are afraid of feeding people food to your dog because you think you're going to be spoiling them or you're going to create begging or some other problem. Think again and think about the fact that every single one of these bags started out as people food. And then it got processed and became dog food. So why not feed the real thing when you want a high value treat and to reinforce them for whatever you're training them to do? So I hope you can go out and experience and explore and really investigate what your dog likes, what their favorite treats are, and try not to worry so much about feeding people food and think of it as just an unprocessed version of their dog food. So I hope this helps when you're trying to decide what treats to use, and I look forward to seeing you at the next video blog.